SK for T1 many times. His Jace 8 and 2 with 700 damage a minute. Truly the epitome of LCK Jace. The question is, can he...
Is top. Owner is probably somewhere in between the two of them, so he positions himself in a way where he can get out should anything happen. And now it's EDG on the offensive.
Flash, then play the chasers on. Owner pops the Crescent Guard, but JJ jumps onto him with the Cataclysm in his first blood over to Mako. Kana now has to flash the wall. EDG able to collapse on the top side Rift Hole.
Great collapse coming out from EDG. They're able to punish the fact that Owner is isolated in the river. EDG have some options. So they could, if they wanted to, use it mid lane. Oh, hang on, JJ. He doesn't have Sylas, but Sylas has TP, and you can TP.
No.
Oh, he stole the Shenalt!
No flash, Shenalt coming out as well, and Owner is down. Scout steals away the Stand United, as you say. EDG get their second kill on the board.
I was looking at the minimap and I was thinking, whoa, JJ, I don't know if this is a great idea because T1 have the numbers.
About 3 minutes time, he's like, I have to get back quickly, can't just base. Reminds me of old Rek'Sai Ultimate with the farm alarm.
I remember, yeah. I do remember that. Yep, that was, as Kade would like to put it, that was tempo. Well, no, I'm using it in the wrong context. But the point is, you get really big tempo advantage from it, right? Because you not only do you decrease the time of your back, but you also then get back out onto the map so much faster.
4,000, that's going to reset, you have to feel, as it begins to charge towards Owner. Reset comes out, the fight's going to start as Mako dives in. Super Mega Inferno Bomb's going to do a lot of damage onto the backline. JJ still pushing forward. Scout dives onto the back, and that is a very dead Owner. Baker forced away with the Curtain Court. Flandre low, the Immortal Shield will proc. Kana has a lot of mana and can put down a lot of damage with these shock blasts. EDG about half HP on everyone apart from Scout. T1 continue to forward, continue to look for the fight, but EDG holding them at arm's length right now. The poke damage from T1 is absurd. Keria now spotted on a ward as he steps forward. Scout has the flank. Mako going in, and look at the damage going down onto Kana. He's dead. Baker has to get across the wall. Gumayushi flashes, and EDG once again win the fight.
Another very clean team fight from EDG. Great patience, great flanks, and just great utilization. Playing these team fights extremely well. Such an impressive game we've seen from the LPL champions.
Most decorated team in the LPL versus the most decorated team in the LCK, and currently it is China coming out on top. Mid lane tower will fall. EDG have just negated, nullified any threat that T1 had in the early game, any threat of that Destiny Stand United combo. And because they've been able to do that, they're now getting
I think he's had such
all over the ball.
I think he's had such great control over his wave that he's never really needed to use it. So impressive stuff from Scout. This will be T1's first turret, though.
You could say it's impressive. You could say, well, why didn't you take Ignite if you're never going to use the TP, right? It's like my top laner's in solo queue. Might as well just win the lane.
Well, he's got it in case.
That's true.
We'll see.
And it means he can thread in the side lane while EDG play off towards the top side of the map, of course. A little bit of jostling, a little bit of joking. We know the TP on the Sylas works out, and he's looking to trade onto Faker here. The Everfrost's going to lock Scout underneath the tower, but here comes Mako, waiting for the wave to push in, just trying to keep Faker from going forward. There's the Stand United as Keria's going to join this solo player coming out. Cataclysm for the follow-up. Keria with a good double stun. Faker with stopwatch. Stun cards coming out, and now T1 are looking to the fight on the bottom side. JJ down. Kana calls coming out. Scout diving underneath the tower, but he almost falls as well. They managed to kill off Kana, but Scout is in for a world of hurt as he comes out of this one. Mako getting chased to the top side, stolen away to Stand United. Faker's down. And now underneath the tower that no longer stands, EDG continue to advance. Gumayushi finally joining the fray. Good dash forward there from Flandre. He looks for the damage onto Owner, but both teams will disengage with a 2-for-1 met in this game. Of course, EDG have a strong composition as the game goes on. T1 don't have the full-on engage tools that they had with the Rakan Orianna last time, but with the EDG in a 5,000 gold lead, I'm sure a lot of EDG fans at home will be thinking, I've been in this position before and we weren't able to close it out. Let's see if they can lock it in and secure their spot at the top of their group. I
mean, I feel like it feels different. They feel like
You're cursed. This is the biggest caster curse you could ever lay on a team. If they go 0-5 from here on out, we'll see them keep doing it. Owner's going to get chased down, though. All of EDG able to collapse, and perhaps they do feel a little bit different. They killed the T1 jungler, and then they look up towards the Baron.
It's just this game, in my opinion, has just been a great demonstration of really high-level lead for EDG. They have such a clear understanding.
Full HP though, Viper down to half. Mako forced away, no solo flare for him. Scout off towards the top side, has the flash, has that engaged potential. JJ as well. Flash Cataclysm, very much a possibility. Destiny coming out, there's a blast going to the back of the pit. Keria tries to get onto JJ. They jump into the pit with the Cataclysm coming out. It's Owner who secures it. Scout low in the middle of the pit. Gumayushi and Faker just trying to act on the sidelines here, trying to back away. Keria forced up towards the top side. Baron secured by T1, but the fight will go well and truly in EDG's favor. Viper. Carrier dies at the end. Only 2 members of T1 survive.
But a really great play still from T1. The decision, the window that they had to at least get a little bit more control back into their hands, they were kills as well. Owner is just the sacrificial lamb here. Carrier is forced to lose his life as well, but 2 for 3, Baron in your back pocket. If I'm T1, I'm pretty happy with that.
And only 30 seconds before it, Vedius was talking about how great the map play was from EDG. So T1 do get the Baron, Red Bull Baron power play up and available for them. EDG now with 3 Drakes. Cloud Soul is the possibility, and it wouldn't be an LCK versus LPL.
And that's why I think this is such a great game, because you can see that both these teams are playing at a very high level. They have a really good understanding of the windows that they need to take advantage of, and they are doing just that. T1 now trying to close the gold gap that they find themselves in. They secure themselves another tower, and while they still find themselves at a 3k gold deficit, look at that. Gumayusi actually has the most gold in the game right now.
Yep. We check their way up towards the Baron right now.
Oh,
They're going to start
it up.
Flandre's on the Drake. Flandre's on the Drake, and EDG now 4 members strong can push against this. That Drake's going to be down in about 4 auto attacks from that Graves. Owner, half HP, current call coming out as Viper look for the damage. Fake off towards the side, Scout chasing him down. Scout will land the root, the Solar Flare going down to the Faker as well. And with the Zenith Blade, he has to pop the stopwatch. Cloud Soul secured for EDG, and Faker is down as well. EDG win the fight on both fronts.
Beautiful pick coming out from Scout. It was that dance between the 2 mid laners, hiding in fog of war, but the moment Faker threw out his stun card, he revealed an opportunity for Scout. Mako with the immediate follow-up from the ultimate. EDG are going to secure themselves the soul, they're going to get themselves the Baron, and just like that, EDG snuff out T1's chances.
5,000 gold now, their lead. Cloud Soul in their back pocket, and the good thing about a Jhin is you can be impactful even without your summoners. Viper there just
forced to go and catch the top wave, and this Baron buff does reduce the impact of that wave clear. But wherever Gumayusi is, means that EDG just doesn't have to be, and they can secure these towers.
Of course, Baron up minions a bit more tanky than normal minions as well, meaning Gumayusi will struggle to work his way through them, even though he can put down that explosive minefield. EDG playing those 2 lanes well. Solar Flare coming out. There's the curtain call as well. Faker takes a chunk. Owner trying to block for them, but Carrier still found with Crescent Guard falls. Cannon Minion surviving here. Scout still in the mid lane. There's a whole wave that T1 now have to deal with. Cannon Minion dies down towards the bottom side, but the mid lane inhibitor tower will fall as well. Scout just buffing up those double cannons. The shot blast does land, but Flandre and Viper very easily heal that back up. And now T1 just decide to defend their bot lane inhibitor tower. Mega Inferno Bomb stolen away, doesn't really get the damage down, but Carrier has to dash away, and that's mid lane inhibitor and the bot lane inhibitor now under fire. Scout continues just to wail away on that mid inhib. It will fall, so will the bottom lane, and EDG. They've got everything they needed out of this Baron buff. They can back away.
Good patience being shown by EDG, not giving T1 really any opportunities.
They're going.
Looks like a pick.
Just having a barnstormer of a performance so far here in 2021.
So now I can say with a lot more confidence, this EDG just feels different.
Yep. Give you that one.
They are clean, they are crisp in their execution, the control that they have, the performance of each of their individuals. You can really see why they are considered one of the tournament favorites and how dominant they have been looking so far in the group stage. Of course, this is only their 2nd game. Group stage.
Fight in this game, because you have to feel if those super minions in the bottom lane get any closer, it's going to be very difficult. Curtains open as EDG look for an encore of the last fight, and they will once again just force T1 back. T1 unable to find their fight, unable to find a moment, a gap in the armor of EDG, and now with 3 inhibitors down, T1 very much on their last legs.
Viper has so much damage at his disposal, can use the full to make their way back towards the Elder, or are they going to set up a trap?
Owner caught out, rooted immediately. Crescent Guard will come out. There's the stopwatch as well. Scout is on the longest of flanks here, and Owner is able to flash away. Carrier forced out by Scout. The chains come down, and Scout's on a rampage. Cataclysm follows it up as EDG look to rout T1 in the doors of their base. Only Carrier, Gumayusi, and Kana survive, and they're going to get forced away. Kana dives in, but just doesn't have the damage. The Jace was not strong enough to carry T1 through that fight, and EDG are now knocking on the Nexus.
Look at Scout, he's cutting off the escape route for Gumayusi. He's gonna get himself another kill. EDG are gonna wipe T1 off the map, and EDG are gonna look to go 2-0 in the group.
That one was personal for Scout as he takes down T1 4 years after their last defeat. EDG 2-0.
An impressive game from EDG overall. I still liked a lot of what we saw.